All right, take two here. Take two out here in the garden. Somebody turned off, or something turned off the phone when I was filming here, just talking about my garden, what I'm thinking about doing with my herbs and things. Watering my herbs. Look at that Camilla bird up there. Hey, Camilla bird. Hey, Camilla bird. How you doing, Camilla? What I was talking about here is the squirrels eating my strawberries, and I don't know how I'm going to keep the squirrels off my strawberries. And running my washing machine, I got laundry going, so the pressure in the sprinkler here isn't that high. There's my epizote. So you can see where I topped it, and then it shrubbed, and then I tipped it, and now it's shrubbing even more. And so in about five to 7 days, I'll cut off more leaves to dry. And I'm really glad that this plant came up, because originally my epizote plant was planted right there, and that was last season. And when somebody broke into our house and stole my chili mix and half of the epizote that I had dried over the season, they also pulled out my plant. And this plant sprung up from seeds that came off of the original plant. Oh, the washing machine must be done with a cycle, because all of a sudden the sprinkler is a little bit... Hello, monarch butterfly. Yeah, monarch butterfly up there. They come around this time of year. I start seeing them, and it's when the thistles are blooming, and so I have thistles over there by the bees, and so they come over for some thistle yum. And oh, the butterflies, they do come around. My naked ladies up there, my golden berries that I planted too close to each other, and I'm probably gonna thin that one over there. Pull out the smaller plants and let the more robust plant go. But this one over here, then I'll do a comparison, because these ones over here are stronger plants. And over here, I got some rogue wheat coming up. I had planted a bunch of fennel seed over here. None of it came up. It kind of bummed me out. I really was looking forward to some fennel pollen. I really was. And the wild roses that were grafted, and somebody cut all the grafts off of them, because that happened after that one and that one over there. And so when you buy roses, or the big ornamental, the floribundas and things, they're most likely grafted, and they're grafted onto a wild rose root, because the wild rose root is stronger and more adaptable to a wider range of growing zones, right? Those fancy, the big fancy ornamental roses, their roots are extremely delicate, and so they graft those flowers onto wild stems or wild roots. And so somebody cut all my ornamental roses back, and so all I'm left with are the wild roses. But that's just fine. That's just fine. The bees like them too, and I have... This is a wild climbing rose over here. It has lots of rose hips, which will make delicious jam soon. Yes, they will. And this is a rose that I planted, that Omar and I planted, and it smells lovely. Rosehip jam is very, very tasty and delicious. I didn't bring Brody out with me because I knew he would have a fit when I turned on the sprinkler. Oh. So I'll let that sprinkler go for a little bit before I come out and turn on the sprinkler for the citrus. The orange tree's looking really sorry, and it's still fighting. It's still fighting to come back. Somebody did something to that tree, and it was before we got got cameras put up out here. Somebody did something to that tree, and hoping I can get it to come back, because it has new growth on it. You can't see it from here. It's just behind those hedges. It has new growth on it, so I have some hope. I do have some hope for the orange tree. go in and see what I'm working on. I got this project going. I have a new garment that I've been conceiving of in my mind. Still working with my same idea of zero waste, or as little waste as possible, using entire pieces of fabric. And I have my clown suit. I call it my clown suit. It's really not fair to call it a clown suit, but there's variations on the pattern. Made myself a pair of nice slacks to go underneath this. So there it is. There it is. My beautiful Italian silks that I picked up, and some vintage lace hem tape that I used to make straps, and then a piece of vintage lace which has not been attached yet on the bodice. I need to adjust the straps a little bit, so I'm going to adjust the straps today, and then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to directly attach this onto the front as a permanent piece. No, you're not allowed to go out there right now. Yes, that is correct. The sprinkler is on, and you're not allowed out in it. No, you're not allowed out in the. I don't care how cute you are. You're not allowed in the sprinkler. No, you're not. Okay, kisses, thank you. He wants out in the sprinkler so bad. And then here I made some slacks to go underneath it, but I think I might attach a couple of these buttons onto the bodice here so that this lace piece can be detachable, looped onto the buttons on either side. And I could do that for whether, I feel like it is improprietous to show so much cleavage or not. I can make that choice. Also, more so, because I don't care about that. More so, it's because this is a piece of antique lace, and I don't want to put it through. The whole garment should be hand washed, I think the lace should be washed separately. So if I make that in such a way that it can be removed, then it can be washed more easily. And let's look at these slacks. So these are just really, really simple slacks, I have a very simple pattern. The pattern is one piece. It's one piece, and you cut out two of the pieces, right? You cut two of the one pieces, very simple seat, and it has a roll down waist. And so I have one pattern piece, and you cut out two pieces of fabric, one piece for each leg, and it's just a really, really simple pull-on pant that is very comfortable, particularly in natural fibers like linen and silk. And these pants feel so nice on. And so those will go underneath this, and then I will probably wear a pair of heels with it. Yeah, it's a lovely garment. So if I were to sell this garment, I was slacks and tunic together. Last night I was pricing out what all of my materials are. There's close to $200 in materials here alone. Materials alone, $200. And after the time of working out the design, the actual fabrication, Brody, come on, buddy. Yes, everybody knows you're so cute. Brody's the cutest. Brody says, "Make me a garment, Mommy." Oh, Brody. Oh, what a good boy. He's best boy in the world. He is. He's the best boy in the whole world. So, given my time, let's say that there's a total of after I made the pattern. It's my original pattern, both the slacks and the tunic. I don't know. I guess wholesale, this would have to be like a $400 garment. The pants and the top. So retail, that would be marked up in a store to $800. Who's going to buy that for $800? I don't know. But it is pretty, isn't it? The fabrics are quite lovely. I love Italian silks. And I still have some pieces left over. I didn't use all of the fabric, so I was thinking I might try making another variation of the blouse. Or maybe make some scarves. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So that, and this morning I got up. And threw together some bread dough. So I got some bread dough rising here. Bake some bread tonight. We'll do a portion of it as flat bread since we're going to barbecue tonight. We're going to make risotto on the barbecue tonight, which will be delicious for dinner. And I went out to a market that has really good produce yesterday for a couple different reasons. I wanted to there's a certain wine that I like to use for the risotto, and they carry it there, so I wanted to go there. But I also knew that these peaches were going to be coming into season, and that their produce buyer is the best produce buyer in the area here. So I picked them up. So they had them labeled as cling peaches, and I haven't seen the Freestone peaches in a while, which are, I think it's the same varietal. Maybe, maybe not. I haven't seen, so I wonder like how many of the Freestone orchards up in Sonoma burned with the fires a few years ago. Because like I said, I haven't really seen Freestone peaches, but I've seen these things that are called cling peaches, and they're very similar. Now these are beautiful, and their flesh has a wonderful texture, but I do believe that they were picked before they weren't quite ripe enough to pick when they were picked. Because the flavor, they don't have quite the sweetness, but they are fragrant. They are very fragrant, and they do taste good. They don't taste bad. They're not flat. They're just not. It might be a mineral content thing in the soil, or it might just be that they are not Freestone peaches. Freestone peaches are amazing. They really, really are. It'd be very sad if I found out that those all burned. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's sad. Very, 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 very sad. Anyway,